Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. I'm Leo and I'm here today to introduce you to the 12 days of Craftmas. So this is a brand new product from Tonic Studios, something that we've been working on probably about a year. It's been a while that this has been in the works. And we are super excited to finally be able to introduce you to this amazing box of goodies. So let me push this forward a little bit so you can actually see what we have here. This is our 12 days of Craftmas, and this is how it comes all packaged together. Kind of gives you a little hint here as to what we might be making. So what I'm going to do in this very brief video is just run you through what is in the box, what it makes, and introduce you to kind of the concept of this and the next 12 videos. So let's start by having a look at what is in the box. So basically this is a project in a box for you. Everything that you need, bar some additional cardstock, is all included in here. So let's unbox this first of all. There's a couple of different components sat inside this sleeve. Okay, so we have the actual Nook itself, which is this thing here. You've got a a pack of consumable products here, all nicely wrapped up. And then you have this, which is basically all of the dies that you need to make this project. Now we are also doing refill kits for this, so you can buy the pack of paper and 4 fusion sheets, and you can also buy additional Nooks as well. So if you do buy one for yourself but then you want to make some for friends and family, you can do that. Or if you want to gather with friends, you know, buy one to have all the dies and then everyone buys their own refill pack to make their own Nook, and you can kind of make it like a big crafty get together, which I think would be fantastic. So Nook we're going to put to one side. We don't need to really look at that. We'll come to that in a second. Let's start first of all with the pack of papers and things that we get in here. So it all comes bagged together for you. The first thing that you're going to see in here is this little sheet here. Now this is very reminiscent of those old-fashioned advent calendars that used to have a picture behind each door, and that's kind of the idea that we've gone for with this. So you've got 12 numbered doors on here, and you can see number 1 is already slightly open, so there is a QR code behind there. So there is a QR code behind each individual door, and that's going to lead you to the 12 videos that show you how to put together your 12 days of Craftmas Book Nook. The idea being that this is kind of like a 12-day project, or I guess you could make it take 12 months if you wanted to, but it's like a little bit of time for yourself leading into the festive season, even if it's just like half an hour, 20 minutes away, during all of the busyness of Christmas and all of the preparation. It's a little something that you can do for yourself. So that is the first thing that you have. Next up then, you have a whole array of patterned papers. So there are 3 that are to go actually into the Nook itself, and these are what is going to line the inside of your cover. And these are double-sided. This is 200 GSM printed, it's cardstock basically, it's not even paper. So on the first side you'll see we have a stone option, and the reverse is brick. And then you have the back as well, so you've got a couple of different options for the scene that goes into the back of your Book Nook. And then down this side, what you see here, these are actually little scenes that go into the windows that are on the side as well. So that's your first 3. Then we have a couple more. We've then got the central archway, and again you've got a stone option or a brick option depending on which you prefer. We've got some little signs, so again you've got some options. We've got Merry Christmas, North Pole, Curios and Curiosities, Bakery, Santa's Workshop, and Old Curio Lane. And then we've also got some fireplaces as well, and again you've got different options with that. So you can either just pick one, or you could fussy cut them and layer them up if you wanted to. We've then got some next pieces, so these are the roofs for your windows. We've got a scene that can go on the back wall if you wanted to, and again you've got a couple of different options on both sides. 2 different patterns of roofs as well. We've then got this nice decoration for your central archway. Again, 2 different options for that. And you've got some additional windows that actually go onto the archway at the top of here. So again, this is something that you can cut extra of and kind of layer them up. And you've got the extra windows that again you can fussy cut and add in, and 2 different designs for those. Lastly then, we have some foil Fusion adhesive sheets. And again, I'm going to grab these out. So these will work in exactly the same way as our other foil Fusion sheets that we have in our range. And with this you have a front cover. These are very pale, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you this to show on camera. Let me see. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. So we've got the 12 Days of Craftmas, and then this lovely kind of very traditional like leather bound or cloth bound book type pattern going on around here. So that's your front cover. You then have your spine piece as well, and we have some extra, I was going to say sentiments, but they're not actually sentiments on these, so you can pick what you want your book to be called. The options that you have, you've got a Book of Festive Tales, a Craftmas Carol, the 12 Days of Craftmas, and the Nightmare Before Craftmas, depending on what kind of Craftmas you're having. You can pick, and you've got a couple of spaces on here, so you can put a book title into one of those or both of them. And then you have your back cover as well, so the same pattern echoed in here. And then we've got a couple more book options. These can also go onto the little sign that goes actually into the nook itself. So you've got a Craftmas Carol, a Book of Festive Tales, and the 12 Tales of Craftmas. And we can just cut these out with a knife or something to take those out of the center of there. So that is your paper and consumables pack. All of the pieces that we get into that. And then finally we have all of the dies, and these are all on individual sheets. I'd like to say that they are coordinating with the different days, but honestly we tried to Tetris that all together and that just didn't work. So they are just randomly assorted on here. So I'm just going to pull out all of the dies in these sleeves so that you can see what we have. Okay, so we've got sort of main construction pieces and then decorative pieces. So I'm going to start down here. I'm going to bring my handy cover back in. There we go. So this is the main archway in your Book Nook. You've then got this lovely kind of icicle trim. We've got a lovely little piece of hanging mistletoe as well, and then we've got a sign down here. This is a deboss that says Merry Christmas in here, and this sign, like I say, will fit those foil sentiments as well, so you can foil a sentiment to go into there, say onto the gate or somewhere else in your Book Nook. We then have this piece. You've got your fireplace, your staircase, the window that goes on the back. You've got your grate and a little wreath at the front here. What else have we got? You've got your balcony, so this is the front balustrade, and then this is the base for your balcony. Christmas tree, and this has a score line up the center, so you can cut multiples of these and put them together to make a little 3D tree. We then have, upside down, the windows that go towards the front of your Book Nook. You've got that lovely garland for the archway. These are the roofs for your little bay windows as well. You've got street lamps, and then we've got this cute little hanging sign. This one has a deboss in the center that says North Pole. You also have Toy Shop and Santa's House as well, so if you want to add a little sign next to each window, you can. We then have, these are your gate panels at the front and the glue tab to add them on. You've got a couple of garland options. You've got these sort of streamers, you've got lights, got these lovely stars on a string, and then just the red pom-poms as well. And we have a little sleigh that we can add in. And to go along with that, you're going to use this section here. So you may remember our sleigh die the slightly larger version, well, this is a very, very miniaturized version of that. So you just cut one of these and sandwich it between the two sets of runners. The same for the rocking chair, it's the same piece, and you just sandwich it in between those. We've got a little snowman again with that score line up the center so you can 3D him. A couple of snowflakes, some teeny tiny little baubles for your Christmas tree. Presents again with that score line so we can 3D them. A stocking, some holly, a little bow, and various little garland pieces as well. So those are all of the dies that make up your Book Nook and allow you to construct it and add in all of your decorative pieces. Let's have a look then at some of the nooks that the design team have put together for us. So I'm going to start up here very carefully so as not to ruin the shelf. So this one is from Ruth. Hopefully we can see all the way into the back of here. So this is your little Book Nook, and you can see that little fireplace in the back. We've got the little balcony at the top here, and there's a little armchair, a little rocking chair just on there. Hopefully you can see that too. You can see the fireplace there. There's the staircase with some presents. You've got the archway in the middle. And then there's little windows on the side with their different scenes inside of them as well. And of course you have all of your beautiful foiling around the outside, just like so. I love that Ruth has put a little, almost like a bookmark in this one. Very, very cool. So there's that one. Thank you very much for that, Ruth. And then I'm going to carefully put that back in and grab another one off here. Hopefully without moving anything. Right, I believe this one is from Vicky. So here's another one. And the beauty of these is that you can really decorate them however you want to. Like, we've given you some suggestions, and over the course of the 12 videos we'll give you kind of the basic construction, but ultimately you can design this how you want. If you want a different image on the back wall, you can. If you want to add the stairs in, you can. If you want to put the Christmas tree on the inside in there, you can do that. If you only want to have like a couple of windows on the side and not 4, entirely up to you. It is your Book Nook, so you can choose how you make that. I absolutely love this. Thank you so much, Vicky. So if you didn't catch us during Cyber Week on our live where we launched this, do go back and watch that. We'll be showing all of these in much more depth so you can have a further look. If you do have your own 12 days of Craftmas, then join us in the next video where we will start constructing. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you all again very soon. Happy Craftmas!